about who you're with that you could really appreciate if you wanted to, yes or no? If you focus on it, you will feel appreciation, which is the alternative to destroy suffering. And once you appreciate, it's easy to go to joy and to love. So when I suffer, because I still do it, I catch myself, and here's what I do. Step 3, you need a 90-second rule. Now, I decided, I know I got a mind, I know it's going to still find a way to suffer, but I won't tolerate continued suffering, so I give it 90 seconds. It's a game. I notice I'm suffering. How do I notice I'm suffering? You feel tension in your body. The minute you feel tension, you know you're suffering. So I feel like, suffering. To be expected. The mind's doing that shit. But I'm not going to let it stay. I got 90 seconds. And in those 90 seconds, I'm going to get rid of lost, lost, never. I'm going to find something to appreciate, some joy, something I love, someone I love, and the whole game changes. I'll give you an example. I'm privileged enough to have my own plane now. It's an intercontinental plane, so I can fly to China nonstop. I love that. It's such a gift. But I spent a lifetime traveling commercially. And one of the places I go every year, 3 times a year, is Australia. And I used to live here in LA. Now I live in Palm Beach, Florida, as my primary home. And so from here to Australia and LA is 14 hours. If you're going to do it from Florida, it's 20 hours one way. And I go 3 times a year, and it's 2 flights. 20 hours one way, 20 hours back. It's a 40-hour trip just to go there and back, which is some people's idea of a work week. So I would get on the plane, and I would get so stressed. And one day I remember, I asked myself, why am I so stressed? I'm sitting. I'm not flapping my arms and shit. I'm just sitting. And in first class, I even had a bed I could kind of drop back to. Not a full bed for my size, but enough I could lie back. This is bullshit. I'm sitting there suffering. Why? And I realized I know what it was. You know what it was? I was used to, like most of us, I got wired to technology. I run all these companies. How do I do it? 24/7. How do I do it? Slack, email, text, right? So if I'm on a commercial flight or a charter flight in the United States, I have internet. But when you go overseas across the ocean, no internet. 14 hours, all these are growing. And 14 hours, I'm going to knock most of them out, but instead it's going to be twice as much as all stress. So before I got my plane, I had an experience that changed it. I think that's why I finally got my plane too, because I wasn't suffering anymore on a commercial flight. Here's what happened. I got on a flight here to LA. I get on Qantas Airlines in LA, I've done so many times, to go to Australia. And the announcer, the captain comes on and says, ladies and gentlemen, he's got his little accent there. He goes, we're on a 14-hour flight to Sydney, Australia. It's clear skies. And I have a beautiful announcement tonight. For the first time in our history, we have international internet. Make the sound that people made on the plane when they heard. They go, make the sound. People stood up and cheered and clapped. It was like God Almighty entered the plane. I wanted to stand up and cheer, but everybody was there, so I sat there and cheered like this, right? And we were so excited. We all pulled out our laptops and our phones and our iPads, and everybody started typing, and it lasted 9 minutes. And what do you think happened after 9 minutes? It stopped. And then what happened? When did it come back on again? Never! Never! And what was people's reactions when they had 9 minutes of internet and it didn't work? What do you think people did? They were pissed. This is bullshit. What's wrong with this company? You can't listen. Listen to me. 9 minutes earlier, it was a miracle. Now it's already an expectation. Write this down. Trade your expectations for appreciation, and your whole life will change in that moment. Trade your expectations for appreciation, and your whole life will change in that moment. Right? That's how it works. We have gotten so caught up in expecting things. We expect people now to use language we prefer. We expect people to believe what we believe. And when they're not, we're pissed off. How insane is that? Our country is based on diversity of ideas, beliefs, experiences. Trying to homogenize all just bore the shit out of all of us, and it's not even possible. Am I right? So for you and I, this is the way out. If you want to have suffering, find something to appreciate. And by the way, I have a new goal. Every moment or two, I catch myself and go, am I fully appreciating this? Because my goal is to squeeze more joy and juice out of every moment. This day with you, when I go home to my life, when I go to meet my friends, because that's greater than anybody I know that's got $1 billion and is pissed off all the time. Or someone has no money and they're pissed off all the time. Does money make you happy? No. Does money change people?
Yes.
No, it does not. It magnifies who you are. If you're mean, you got more to be mean with. If you're generous, you have more to be generous with. I can tell you, because I know so many people. I'm going to change the damn thing. It magnifies your character. And so the bottom line is, appreciation will always take care of suffering. Here's the last thing I'm going to say about this for a moment. The reason you really suffer is you're focused on yourself. The more you focus on yourself, you suffer, because we're not made as human beings to focus constantly on ourselves. You say, no, that's not true. I'm a mom, and I'm suffering because I'm worried about my kids because, they're not doing well in school. No. You're suffering because you think you failed your kids. It's about you. Because if you were just worried about your kids, you would just do something to help them. The suffering is because you feel you failed. It's about me. The me song is the suffering song. And the way out of it is appreciation of other people, of other moments, of other situations. And look, you guys, you have been effing beautiful today. You had such beautiful people on all day, and you found things to appreciate with all your speakers, all the environments, and they're all equal. They don't do different things. I'm not good at some things, some people better at others. But most of you, I can tell you, wouldn't either unless you look for what was good. There's shit that's annoying. Some people sell more things, I know all that shit. But you can sit there and focus on that. Most of you do this. Here's the good piece. Let me pull these things. If you do that every day in your life, suffering will end. But all you got to appreciate. Oh, by the way, who do you want to be around? Somebody suffers all the time or somebody who you stay? Who's more attractive?
You.
Who do you want to do business with, a suffering person or you stay? Hey, watch this. What if you're God? And you come down to earth, and you walk up to one of your creations, and you go, tell me, creation, what's it like here on this earth that I created for you? And your creation goes, well, God, it's really hot here. I mean, why the hell did you make it so hot in the summertime and cold in the winter? I mean, you could have made it 78 degrees all year round. I mean, why would you do that? You're in control, you're God. And then you make these asshole people that get in my way all the time. Why don't you make people nice? And then you got these freaking ants, these little 1 million side by side ants, and they bite my ass and it hurts. Why? If you're God, you want to hang out with that person? You go to another person, you say, tell me creation, what's life like? Oh, God, Jesus is amazing, something like that, right? God, it's so beautiful. I mean, you create all these temperatures, I never know what's going to happen. There's so much rain, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, I'm never bored, And then, you need these incredible people that challenge me to grow. It's like, they think differently than me, and they do things differently, and so I have to learn to grow. And then you found these ants. I don't know how you make these ants so courageous. I'm a million times the size of my ass. If you're God, which person want to hang out with, the first one or the second one? Which one? By the way, when people say there is no God, I say there's God, it's just you're bitching so much you can't have an experience of it.